Happy New Year to everybody. Happy New Year. Listen, I just love when God uses simple things to preach his word, to get his point across, to help us to understand exactly what he says, even in the word of God. So listen, this morning I heard this sound, and I didn't put my trash out last night because I didn't think that that they were going to be picking up trash today. I can't think of the name of our waste company, but anyway, so I'm out in the county. I'm in Cocoa, so I said, okay, it's a holiday. But this morning, like about maybe about 6 or 7, my ring tone thing went off, and I looked and I said, oh, they are picking up the trash. So I jumped up, ran outside, got my trash to the road and all that kind of good stuff. So later on, I realized, I said, okay, they haven't picked up the trash yet, and it's like now about 10 o'clock, and I looked at everyone else's trash containers, and it was still full. So I see a truck going by, the waste company going by, and I'm like, So I saw them pass right by everybody's containers, and they didn't dump anybody's containers. So I was like, wonder why they did that. So I was on my way out the door anyway. So I get in my car and I follow them. And I'm just watching it, and I'm like, golly, they're passing by everybody. I'm like, why are they doing that? So I keep on following them. And listen, let me tell you something. Happy New Year to you, Pastor Stokes. Love you. This is something. I keep following them, right? And finally they stop. So I didn't want to just stop behind them. But I slowed down. And when I looked at the back of their truck, waste management truck. And when I looked at the back of the truck, it had a different kind of, it looked different from the regular trucks where you just take and dump the trash. So it had a handle. So as I pulled over to the side to watch them, 2 guys got out of the truck. First of all, when they come by to get your trash, it's only 1 guy in the truck. But 2 guys got out of the truck, and where they stopped was in front of a house that had some furniture. So their truck was a special truck that they used to get furniture. So it had a special kind of arm on it. So they was getting the furniture off the side of the road and putting it in the truck. And God just began to speak to me. He said, you know what? He said, if we walked in our purpose, like that waste management truck was walking in its purpose, he said, we would be happier. He said, and more things would get done for the kingdom. He said, although you knew that it was a waste management truck, they were designed to only pick up a certain type of trash. My God. Woo! He said they were not designed to pick up the trash that's in the can. They were designed to pick up trash as in furniture and big objects that you no longer want. And because they knew their purpose, they continued driving, and they passed everybody who had a trash can full of regular trash. Boy, I'm sitting up here and I'm like, my God. He said, but many of us, he said, we're not happy because we won't do what we've been called to do. We won't work that purpose. He said, we're looking at everyone else and we're watching what they're doing. He said, and then we're sad because that's not our purpose. And then some of us, we're even trying to duplicate the purpose that they have. We're trying to put it on us. Well, I'm here to tell you, work your purpose. Waste management preached to me this morning because they drove by the trash in the can because that wasn't their purpose. And they were looking, listen to this, they were looking for the type of trash that the truck was designed to get rid of, which was furniture. And I'm like, oh my God. Now, if waste management can design a truck to do something very specific, although it has waste management on it, it was a green truck, how much more has God put in us that we will walk in our purpose and be who God has called us to be? And when you do that, you don't have time to compete with others. You're not upset with what others are doing. Why? Because you know your purpose and you understand that there is a group of people. There is a situation that's already been created for your purpose. I think about David, and I'm going to go. This has been kind of long here, but I'm going to go. it never really said that David just knew his purpose before he was anointed. But one thing about it, everything that happened before he got to the table, all the trials and tribulations, killing the bear and the lion and all that stuff, that was a testimony of his strength and his endurance, and also of his faith. So when God called him to the table to be anointed, although all those other siblings were there, they had a different purpose from what David had. But I thank God for the prophet who was anointed enough, Samuel, to listen to God and not crown the purpose on somebody else. My God. Woo! Because that's part of the problem. We have people who are trying to give other people a purpose that does not belong to them. That's why it's so important that you be up under somebody that is spiritual enough to help guide you and who understands the purpose of God in your life, who can help and lead you. So Samuel understood after hearing from God that David was the man. It was his purpose to now become the next king of Israel. So guess what? It was crowned on him that he will become the next leader. So listen, I just want to encourage you all in 2025, while you're running around trying to do this and trying to do this, work in your purpose. And if you don't know what the purpose is, get with God. Find somebody who can lead you and help you understand where God is calling you. Because guess what? You are needed. Because guess what? That waste truck that was picking up the furniture, it was needed. Because a truck that picked up the trash and the regular can could not do what the truck could do with that reach arm to pick up furniture. So I love y'all today, and take this word in 2025 and share it, because somebody is just wondering and looking at what everybody else is doing and ignoring what God has called them to do. I love y'all. Y'all have a great, happy new year, 2025.